So for this example, we are introduced to another form of discrete fair division called the method of markers. It's modeled after fine-grained division that we briefly discussed in the previous section. And the method of markers is an ingenious way of dividing up a collection or sequence of items that are lined up in a display called an array. One of the benefits of this method is it does not require any cash exchanges by the players. So this example states, friends Ava, Ben, Clover, and Dylan are dividing up their cast model car collection using the method of markers. They line up the models in an array of 20 cars, and you can see the array of cars there. Each friend independently writes down on a piece of paper where they want to place their markers. The image shows how the friends marked off the array of cars, so you can see the image here. Determine the cars each friend receives. So a couple of things to point out. We have 4 players here, Ava, Ben, Clover, and Dylan. So since we have 4 players, there's going to be n minus 1, or in this case, 3 divisions that each player is going to make of this array. And the whole idea is if you can imagine you have a piece of string, and if we wanted to cut this piece of string into 2 pieces, we would make 1 division or 1 slice. If we wanted to cut the string into 3 divisions or 3 segments, we would make 2 slices. So that's the idea. So each player is going to make 3 slices, making 4 divisions that they would consider fair divisions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to list down the players here. We have Ava, Ben, Clover, and Dylan. And then starting from the leftmost part of the array, at the very beginning of the array, we're going to go across until we come across the first marker. And the first marker is listed with a subscript of 1. B will be for Ben, A will be for Ava, D will be for Dylan, and of course C will be for Clover. So the subscript represents the first marker that they put down. So the first marker we come across is for Ben. So these are going to be the cars, or the section that's going to be given to Ben. And that's made up of cars 1, 2, 3, and 4. So he gets those items. So now continuing from there, we go down until we come across the second marker, and that will be with a subscript of 2, and we could see it's right here. But that's Ben again, and Ben was already awarded the first section. So we move on down until we come across the next second marker, and that's this right here, and that's Clover. So Clover is going to get all the cars between her second marker and her first marker. And that's these cars right here. Those are cars 8 and 9. So then we continue in this fashion. We're going to go down until we come across the third marker. So as we go on down the line here, here's the third marker we come across, except that's Clover again, and Clover was already awarded her second section of cars 8 and 9. So we keep going until we come down to the next third marker. That's Ben. Ben's already been awarded a section. So we keep going until we come to the next third marker. And of course, that's Dylan right here. So now Dylan is going to get all the cars between his third marker here and his second marker over here. So he's going to get all the cars right here. And that's Dylan's third section. So he's going to get cars 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and it looks like 16. And of course, the final player, Ava, to get a section, she's going to get her last section. So that's going to go from her third marker until the end of the array. So that's cars 18, 19, and 20. Now, any cars that were not selected in any of these sections here are going to make up the surplus. So we just go through the cars that were selected, and any one that's not there, numbered car that's not there, we're going to make up the surplus. So we have car 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 was not selected. 6 was not selected. 7 was not selected. 8, 9, 10. Then we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17 was not selected. 18, 19, and 20. And if we count up all these digits here, there should be 20 digits. Of course, there's 20 cars. So these are the cars that each player is going to get. And this is the surplus. Now, the surplus can be divided amongst the players however they choose. They could be randomly, or they could just go ahead and decide who gets them. That's not as important as who gets the surplus as it is to determine what the surplus is. But there we go.